Hey guys, so I just got my new Yeti microphone set up and I finally figured out a little bit how to work it. It's pretty awesome because I can have it on 4 settings, I'm sure you know, and I'm gonna be uploading my unboxing video at some point as well. Also, hi, showing my face. I kind of look like crap right now because it's a little bit hard to brush my hair alone at the moment, and it's kind of weird for a 21-year-old to ask her mom to help with that sort of thing. So, as part of my test, because I have it set on the 3D mode, also of ear scratching, I have a bearded dragon, and he's obsessed with Mythbusters. So whenever I'm not playing it on the TV back there, he kind of scratches at his cage. Also, he's probably hungry. I'll feed him after this video. Anyway, as a test, I'm going to be reading the Royal Diaries series. Not all of it, obviously. And sorry it's backwards. I'll see if I can figure out how to flip that. But this is Victoria's Diary, the May Blossom of Britannia. I mean, obviously it's not her real diary. These series are just made for children to read and become more interested in learning about historical figures and history. Yeah, he really wants to watch Mythbusters, so I'm gonna get on with this video so I can let him do that. Also I'm festive today. I have a little Christmas bear on my sweatshirt. I also, like, when I was a kid, I don't know if you can see, probably not, but I loved the Royal Diary series. There's an entire line. I have a bunch of them actually. I was obsessed with them. But what I really liked was the fact that they have gold gilded pages. For some reason it made me feel really special when I was reading them in school and stuff like that. So England, 1829. 1st of April, 1829. Kensington Palace, London, England. This book was not given to me, nor did I buy it with my own pocket money. You might say that I found it, but that would not be completely truthful. It is of a convenient small size, with many empty pages left, having only some lists of cows written in it here and there. The cover is brown mottled paper, and someone has pasted on a white label. On the label, in very curly letters, it says, "Herd Record." For yes, I stole the book from an out-of-the-way, cornermost cupboard in the hall outside the harness room in the stable. I saw the cupboard swinging open once, a few weeks ago, when I ducked aside to adjust my undergarments. They were binding me mercilessly before my excellent governess, Baroness Lezen, and I were to ride out in the carriage. I was itching, so Lezen bid me go around the corner privately to compose myself and make myself presentable. Meanwhile, she watched out for anyone who might accidentally interrupt. So I did, and there was a little built-in cupboard with the hook and eye latch undone. Inside were ledgers, 20 or so I should say. One was lists of pigs by name. One was carrier pigeons. One was geese and guinea fowl and such. Several were sheep. None were horses. I should have preferred horses. From whose farm these records were, I know not, save the years marked on them were between 1813 and 1815, 4 to 6 years before I was even born. When Lezen and I went out today, I recalled seeing the ledgers last time I was in the harness room. I made the same excuse to hitch up my petticoat and stockings. I was wearing the blue ones, and in fact, they were rather stretched out. I fancy the embroidery on them, though. I slipped quickly into the back hall, and, although it was stealing, I took the ledger. I was dreadfully put to it, to conceal it behind me all the time when I came out. It was tied around my waist with only the sash of my pinafore, and ready to slide loose at any moment. I don't mean to be unkind, but it almost seemed good fortune for me that Lezen has had the bad luck to have a sniffling cold this week. She was preoccupied with her nose and her handkerchief on the way back home, and so I managed to fetch in my stolen treasure. I repent sincerely at the bitter knowledge that I've broken a commandment. Still, I trust I have done no other person harm by doing so. Later, I had to hide my little journal as Lezen came into the room looking for her pincushion. I stuck my book and my pen under the tapestry footstool. The reason I hid this ledger is that I do not wish anyone to know that it exists. Really, I must have a place to pour out my curious thoughts privately and sort through them. I never get to be truly alone. Mama says it would be quite unsafe for a maiden princess to be unguarded by her ladies. So, someone is always nearby, across the room, just out in the hall, in the anteroom. It is not enough that I must sleep in Mama's bedchamber. I am the only person I know who is not permitted to walk down a flight of steps without holding someone's hand. Yet sometimes when I am sitting at the window reading, or, as now, writing quietly, it is almost as if I am as alone and peaceful as a deer in the forest. I could be perfectly happy thus, for hours at a time, perhaps, if it were not for the way certain persons have of spying on me. I suffer greatly from their lack of trust, and now I fear my feelings have driven me actually to act against my own conscience. I mean, taking this old ledger in order to defy their wishes. Though this is a journal, not a letter, they didn't forbid me to write a journal. In fact, they didn't forbid me to write letters, only my own opinions in those letters. Of course, if anyone were to give me a pretty little leather-bound journal like the one Mama's own brother, Uncle Leopold, keeps, it would only end up being used as a copybook they could read whenever they chose, and then make impertinent remarks. Although I am a princess, His Majesty King George IV's niece Victoria, I am treated this way, with remarks, too often. I considered that I might go into the little shop where my art tutor, Mr. Westall, stopped the carriage to buy us lemon squashes to drink that hot day we went out landscape sketching. I might, in that way, manage to purchase one of the little memorandum books, so charming, with a little pencil attached, but they would know I'd done it as soon as Captain Conroy made me account for what I'd spent. Why he must be Mama's financial advisor and confidential secretary, I do not know. I'd either be scolded for spending the money, or spied on as to anything I wrote, or both. How do I know this is so? Because Mama herself took the letter I was writing yesterday to my darling sister, Fyodora. Sorry, my lizard is dancing. He came over to the side that's closest to me, and he's staring at me, and as you heard, dancing. It's funny because when I go to give him attention, he, freaks out. He wants attention, but then he doesn't. He doesn't actually know what he wants. Eventually, I'll probably make a video showing what he looks like to you guys. How do I know this is so? Because Mama herself took the letter I was writing yesterday to my darling sister, Fyodora. She took it away from that bully, Captain Conroy, at least. In the process of doing so, she behaved every inch the Duchess of Kent and Princess of Saxe-Coburg and Saalfeld. But then she ripped it up and tossed it onto the fire, which was, of course, burning low for economy's sake, so I had to watch the pages slowly blacken and shrivel, and I had not made a fair copy of it yet, so it was the only one. I had made it quite an interesting letter, too, for Theo, and I regret that I shan't be able to recall all the remarks as I worded them there. I was in a witty mood when I wrote them, not glum as I am now. I am so vexed. These things you write about us and our system here at Kensington are unbecoming and unkind, is all Mama said at first. Victoire Conroy, that traitorous, cowardly snip, the tail carrier, was so horridly goody-good just then, saying, "I thought it for your safety to tell your Highness. Papa says you could be prey to others' interests." Fine words from someone who reads what one is writing over one's shoulder. Tor would do or say anything to get her father to think more about her than about me, and I heartily wish he would. He is not my father. He is not even in my family. He is only my dear dead papa's equerry, his personal officer, a servant, if one thinks about it. But he is a military man, and Mama admires the way he orders things, and I am to be persuaded that their concern for me makes it all right for him to raise his voice and make himself frightful, hammering his fists on the rickety old side table with the twisted barley sugar stick legs. He pretends he is angry at my supposed enemies, my rivals for his Majesty's favor, mostly my own uncles, but I feel as though he is angry at me and at Mama. Your wicked Uncle Ernest would be grateful to be able to show this to the king, he accused me. Oh, he was quite beyond his usual inattentive, oh, out of the question level of temper. Quite, he thundered. He and the Tories would use it against those of us who have only your interests at heart. The Tories are the political party for old-fashioned royal rights, and nothing modern. And Mama said, what you put in writing, Vickelchen, can turn up in the newspapers. You do not understand the need to be, ach, Gottenhimmel, still, to which the baleful Ohum thundered, English, speak to her in English. If you want Parliament to ever raise your income, they must not think of her as German. Mama still stood straight as a duchess, but her sweet voice was very meek. Victoria, you must understand how to keep quiet. That was the word I wanted. How to be restrained. Child though I am, I do understand, to a degree. The royal family is paid for their services to the nation according to the voting of the House of Lords and the House of Commons. They pay for Mama and me because of my Duke Papa, but I have so many uncles and aunts and cousins, they do not pay as much. Some of my relatives own estates and treasures, and some have to borrow from their friends. I hear the grown-up people discuss these subjects, but I suppose I am too young to know what it is important. I should be seen but not heard. But if I can't tell even Fio my true thoughts, how can she advise me as only a sister can, and console me in my troubles as only a sister can? Hohenlohe is so far away. Why had she to marry? It is very, very bad when your dear sister is gone to live in a foreign land. I would give all the rubies in India to be able to talk to Fio right now. I hear Grampion the footman coming. Later. Book under plaid cushion in Fanny's dog basket. Just in time, Grampion moved the footstool over by the fireplace to put my damp boots on. When he went out, I slipped my hand underneath the dog cushion to get my book, and also found the bit of ham bone Cook gave Fanny for barking at the rat in the umbrella stand. I have been going off distracted, and did not finish confessing why I got this book. I suppose one reason to write regularly is so as to be certain to tell all. Some days a great deal occurs, other days scarcely anything but whether hens being let out or getting tripped on and ripped out, and what sort of pudding was served at tea. I shall attempt to be thorough in thinking about all that happens and what I am learning. I shall have to become a very fast writer. I am going to hide this diary where no one will come across it, and I can get it without drawing attention, and write in it. The way today has proceeded, I expect I will have the most chances to write when the bedchamber is quiet and Mama is abed, after Lesson has lighted the night lights and dozed off. I cannot keep it under the mattress, for Ludi or the other maids would find it when they came in to change the linens in Mama's and my beds. For now, I will slip it behind the big ugly mauve settee in the upstairs drawing room. No one moves the thing, even to dust, so my book is probably safe there. When Fio comes back to England, or when I go to Hohenlohe or Coburg or Vienna, as I long to, perhaps to visit Fio and her dear husband, Prince Ernest, there. To Fio I will show this journal, only to you, darling sister. See, here is a list of Kaz's names someone wrote in the ledger. Baby, Dolly, Polly, Pet, Winner, Tully, Nellie, Nancy, Vinia, Rose, Agnes, and Vashti. And I'm going to stop there because that's the end of journal entry 1. So I think that was a good enough test, or at least I kind of hope it was. Oops, sorry about that. I hope that wasn't too loud. So let me know what you thought, and if I need to speak louder or softer or move the mic further away. Obviously I should probably try and get my lizard under control so he makes less noise over there for the next video. I didn't realize the mic was going to be sensitive enough to pick it up, and I didn't realize that he was going to start making a lot of noise since he's been quiet all day until I try and make a video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be back with a couple more readings, and I'm trying to work out doing a role play. It'll probably be a few days because I have to wait until my mom isn't here, because she has this habit of wandering around the house, and earlier when I was playing around with the mic, she coughed from across the hall in her room with the door closed, and I could hear it. I mean, right now, if you hear a little bit of talking and buzzing and stuff, it's from her TV. So, and the background noise is actually from my ceiling fan. I'm actually like really excited about this mic and really happy with the sound quality. Anyway, so enough with my ramble. As I said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.